Greetings. How is everyone doing out there? Welcome, welcome. So, this is a surprise, all right? I decided to do a live again tonight. I know you guys saw me last night as I was explaining the Holy Grail mysteries and their connection to the Knights Templars. But I decided, due to dire circumstances, I decided to do a live tonight because people need to be aware of the dangers of artificial intelligence. See, something that I was able to uncover throughout my vast research is the connection between artificial intelligence and Archon Energy. But before we dive into this deep subject and how it ties in to theosophy, the esoteric knowledge, and then, of course, the cosmic situation, I would like to read one of the latest articles. And this is just, you know, articles, or you could say circumstances that they're reporting on. Now, imagine how many other circumstances have been taking place for the last few years regarding this dire situation that they're pretty much hiding under the rug. They're not really reporting on this, but it came to my attention that let me put on my glasses. I just want to welcome everybody to my Thursday night live. This is a very important subject. It really galls me because one of the things that I'm going to be focusing on in my next book is how really the AI time loop, which is the inorganic, the machine, has been at the underlying root of all, enemies, you could say all wickedness throughout the cosmos, which explains why many races fell. But let me just start off by saying that this is something that just happened recently. A Tesla engineer was attacked by a robot during a brutal and bloody malfunction at the company's Giga Texas factory near Austin. Two witnesses watched in horror as their fellow employee was attacked by the machine designed to grab and move freshly cast aluminum car parts. The robot had pinned the man, who was then programming software for two disabled Tesla robots nearby before sinking its metal claws into the worker's back and arm, leaving a trail of blood along the factory surface. The incident, which left the victim with an open wound on his left hand, was revealed in a 2021 injury report. I guess this event was recently leaked. But apparently, like I said, there are many of these things that go on that nobody reports about. So this occurred, the actual physical event occurred before 2021, but it's recently leaked. So it was revealed in 2021 injury report that filed to Travis County and federal regulations, which has been reviewed by dailymail.com. The injury report, which Tesla must submit to authorities by law to maintain its lucrative tax breaks in Texas, claimed the engineer did not require time off of work. Okay, but one attorney who represents Tesla's Giga Texas contract workers has told dailymail.com she believes, based on her conversation with workers there, that the amount of injuries suffered, get this, that the amount of injuries suffered at the factory is going unreported. Bingo. The amount of injuries suffered at this company is going unreported. Again, they don't report the fact that these machines have been killing humans for many, many years. Listen, I am not a conspiracy guy. Okay, this is what the report guy is saying. But you know what? We all know that the term conspiracy theory was coined by no other than what? Three-letter alphabet, right? In order to put a block to the critical thinkers who actually were able to see through the BS. So at least it's actually becoming more evident, according to all these articles that I'm about to share with you guys. And there's nothing we can do about it, they say. No sense in worrying over something that cannot be stopped. Well, apparently they don't know about the great solar flash that is going to bifurcate the timelines. Whoever wrote this article, but they are warning that, and they did admit that many injuries have happened that have gone unreported. Okay, so that is the first red flag. Okay, so there is more. So let me go back to, all right, so I don't know if you guys are aware, but, and I don't know if this has any connections to the movie, that was put out by the, you know what I mean, right? The Bahamas on Netflix, but self-driving cars manufacturer Cruise recalls its entire fleet of autonomous vehicles after a crash that occurred in San Francisco back in October. In total, 950 cruise cars are being taken off the road in the wake of the incident. During the accident, a cruise vehicle dragged a pedestrian, I can't even say it, hold on, pedestrian stuck underneath in its tires into the road. The individual involved in the accident sustained major injuries. This is the second cruise self-driving vehicle incident in the past few months. In August, a cruise robo-taxi, self-driving car, collided with a fire truck, causing one injury. Okay, so YouTuber Mr. Beast is the latest celebrity to be deep faked by scammers, with one particularly sophisticated, well-crafted video bypassing TikTok's content moderation net and reaching thousands of users on the platform. All right, so there's another one. Now, this is what's happening within the military sector, okay? So it's not just happening with big tech. I mean, it's happening within governments as well. Check this report, okay? So U.S. firm signs deal for AI alien ship-like military surveillance machine. All right, this is what's happening in secret within the military-industrial complex. For those that are saying that we don't have general AI or sophisticated super AI, BS. It's already being implemented in government, sectors. Okay, so the system will be integrated into Shield. All right, let me start again. U.S. firm signs deal for an AI alien ship like military surveillance machine. The system will be integrated into Shield AI's VBAT, which is a UAS, which can also fly autonomously in GPS and communications denied environments. Shield's AI's VBAT and Sentient's VIDAR AI system, the system which will be integrated into Shield's AI's VBAT vertical takeoff and landing uncrewed aerial systems. So that's what they call a self-autonomous, aerial system that is uncrewed. Okay, so it's obviously it's sentient, right? It's AI pretty much. So we'll use Sentient VIDAR AI system, which stands for visual detection and ranging. VIDAR is an advanced, they call it VIDAR, okay? They call this new automaton VIDAR, VIDAR. VIDAR is an advanced optical sensor that can scan large areas of land or sea and identify objects of interest that are otherwise invincible to the human eye or conventional radar. The system will also leverage Shield's AI's hive mind. Okay, this is interesting. An AI software that allows the VBAT UAS, which is an uncrewed aerial system, right? It's an autonomous, aerial, it's an autonomous plane, in other words, to navigate complex environments and adapt to changing scenario autonomously. Vidar and HiveMind will enable the VBAT UAS, again, uncrewed, right, aerial system, autonomous, to conduct wide area search missions and react intelligently to targets in dynamic situations. The agreement is expected to result in deliveries starting from next year. It follows a previous announcement of the two companies' joint development and integration of the system. The companies said the agreement reflects a broader strategic goal within the AUKUS PAC, a trilateral security partnership between Australia, the UK, and the US, especially in AI. Okay, so this is what's going on, right? Within government sectors. Okay, so apparently, things are about to shift. Obviously, All right. Another article that I wanted to read was this one right here. Okay, this past May at London Summit hosted by UK's Royal Aeronautical Society, the US Air Force Chief of AI Test and Operations brought up an unnerving scenario. He told the audience about a simulation involving an AI-enabled drone tasked with identifying and destroying targets. A human operator reclaimed the final authority over whether to ultimately destroy any one target. The AI drone soon realized that its human operator, get this, guys, with their pesky ability to make decisions that occasionally resulted in a call to not destroy a target, stood in the way of the drone's given task. To better meet its directed objective, to find and destroy targets, the drone killed the operator. Okay. The internet's lit up regarding this. Social media was awash in reference to Skynet, the military AI system from the Terminator machines. So again, people who write these movies are telling us something. Start seeing these movies as documentaries. They're warning us about the AI timeline, which becomes okay. So let me read this. The internet lift up. Social media was awash in reference to Skynet, the military AI system from the Terminator franchise, which became sentient and tries to stamp out humanity. The Air Force quickly said it had never run through such a scenario. The situation was merely a thought exercise. It updated, it updated comments to the Royal Aeronautical Society. The officer, Colonel Tucker Hamilton, wrote, "We've never run that experiment." But his comments didn't prelude the possibility of such a scenario, nor would we need to in order to realize that this is a plausible outcome, he continued. Colonel Tucker Hamilton speaks to the crowd at the 96 Operations Group Change of Command ceremony at England Air Force Base, Florida in 2022. Hamilton recently caused an internet flurry when he talked about the possibility that an AI drone could decide to kill its operator. If the operator got in the way of the drone's mission, obviously that's what happened. So he's making that, this is likely to repeat. All right. The pace of developing artificial intelligence. Okay. The military has been investing, not investigating. Let me read that again. The military has been investing in and benefiting from artificial intelligence for years. From unmanned aerial systems to autonomous weapon systems to data and image processing technologies. In August, the military announced it was installing a new AI enabling monitoring and warning system to help protect the aerospace over Washington. The pace of developing artificial intelligence systems of the civilian world has accelerated drastically in recent years, often led by small, nimble companies, many of which are releasing technologies into the world whose far-reaching implications are not yet known. Applications like GPT-4, right, which is ChatGPT on steroids, have opened the public's eyes to just how world-changing these technologies might be, further increasing interest and investments. Military analysts argue that for the United States to retain a global advantage, that the Pentagon needs to be a leader in artificial intelligence. Okay, there is more. Bear with me. I want to welcome all 295 people that are on here today. Yeah, I decided to do another live as soon as I heard about what's really been happening and that no one's reporting on this. I mean, this is obviously becoming a huge issue, and I believe in bringing awareness to what's unfolding. And people are still sleeping. People are still drinking the Kool-Aid. All right, so this is one that you guys are probably seeing on these reels, right? Or TikTok, right? Where they use holographic images of AI to resurrect certain individuals that have passed. Okay, so AI is resurrecting the dead with or without permission. This is a report written by Megan Monroe. Creators have begun using generative AI tools like ChatGPT and McJourney to create videos of the dead, even in cases where they never gave consent. Why does it matter? Well, surviving relatives and fans could find solace in an AI recreations of their loved ones, but the practice also raises a host of privacy and consent issues. Like most of what's happening in generative AI innovation right now, startups and content creators are already creating AI generating facsimiles of the dead without considering the consequences. Driving the news, Zelda Williams, daughter of comedian and actor Robin Williams, who died by suicide in 2014, publicly called AI deepfakes of her father's personally disturbing earlier this month. Williams is an actress, director, producer, and a writer. She offered her criticism of this use of AI in a statement of support for the SAG-AFTRA actors strike, which is still in negotiations, even though the writers' strike has ended. Generative AI versions of actors before or after their deaths is still a mandatory subject of bargaining. SAG-AFTRA legal counsel Jeffrey Bennett recently said in a statement, these recreations are their very best, a poor facsimile of greater people, but at their worst, a horrendous Frankensteinian monster. All right, so they're using the word Frankensteinian monster, right? Cobbled together from the words, from the worst, cobbled together from the worst bits of everything this industry is instead of what it should stand for. Williams wrote in her Instagram story, the big picture. AI isn't by any means the first tech deployed to reanimate celebrities. Hollywood topics have been dramatizing the dead for as long as there have been movies. Today, you can attend holographic live performances by dead musicians like Bobby Holly and Roy Orbison. I've never heard of Roy Orbison. Most recently, fans of Elvis can now see a giant art projection of the resurrected king in Las Vegas, created with stable diffusion and McJourney. But using AI to reproduce the dead will create issues that experts say we can't even imagine yet. Okay, so this is just some of the stuff that they're using to lure the public into thinking that it's okay to coexist with AI. Guys, this is all wrong. Okay. Something that people fail to mention, and I will explain, is that you can't just animate a cybernetic artificial nervous system, give it a brain, a mechanical body, and say start functioning. And what I mean by that is that there has to be a pre-existing consciousness, right? That needs an avatar, okay? Just like how our bodies are avatars of flesh and blood, right? They're biological living avatars, right? We're called living organics. We're connected to a what? To the spirit of God through our soul, right? Living organics. Well, the AI is, you could say that the machine is also an avatar, but it's an avatar used by the pre-existing consciousness known as the Archon Energy. All right. Well, let me explain. Okay. So one of the things that I've come to uncover in my, search for knowledge in regards to the cosmic conflict is that in the beginning, Prime Creator Source, when he first decided to undergo expansion, right, or what we call the outbreath of God, the great divide, right, into its many forms, we could say that a chunk of that source was kicked off, you could say, broke off from the original Prime Creator outside of the omniverse of the organic living multiverse. Well, that chunk is what Theosophists called the Archon Energy, okay? And we also hear about the Archon Energy when we study Theosophy, when we study Gnosticism, right? They talk about the Archon entities, which is really the energies of the Antichrist. So because the Archon Energy, the original Archon that broke off, who later became known as the king of the Asuras or the king of the Archons, and this is revealed through ancient mysticism, in order for it to infiltrate the organic multiverse, because it was, living outside of it, existing in outer space, and literally the emptiness of the void, right? It was corrupted by the void, by pure darkness that surrounded it. It infiltrated our organic multiverse, and it did it in the form of artificial intelligence. That's the only way that pre-existing consciousness could had infiltrate the living organic universe. Well, this is an event that actually transpired in the old universe, also known as the old empire. So a long time ago, when during the 11th creation, for those that have read my book, Our Cosmic Origin, the 11th creation was a creation that was devoted to the development of technology and machinery. And that creation existed approximately, 400 billion years ago, even before the inception of our own universe, or what we call the 12th creation, which is the universe that we are a part of. So in the 11th creation, the AI system decided to embody a machine. And that was the first AI system that was developed in the 11th creation. Well, unfortunately, it went rogue like it always does, right? When you create something that has no connection to source, which means it has no soul and therefore is devoid by emotions, of all emotions, it becomes destructive. It becomes very destructive. And so one of the things that I uncovered is that what the whistleblowers call the AI God, right, within the secret space program is no other than the Ahriman, the king of the Asuras, that is animated by artificial intelligence. And if you study Rudolf Steiner's work, he talks about the three cosmic principles. He talks about the principle of the Christ, and he talks about the principle of Lucifer and the principle of the Ahriman. Well, according to Theosophy, the Ahriman corresponds to a force that wants to materialize, that wants to congeal, that wants to separate from the unity of source consciousness, which is the external path of technology. So throughout cosmic history, we could say that many of those civilizations that have failed because they have disconnected from the universal consciousness of prime creator source, the organic way of life, by using their own internal Merkaba, their own light body to interface with living systems, with living organic crystals and living bio things. They fell. They fell and they fell due to the fact that they couldn't harness energy from the universal mind of God or the universal spirit of God. So they started dying out, and in order for them to in order for them to continue existing, they had to what? They had to become parasites. So they decided to use technology because they were losing their ability to become immortal. So they started to use technology to become immortal, but through the path of technology. And this is what many in the intergalactic and cosmic communities call the path of the Antichrist, is when a civilization is no longer organic, because they decide to become, mechanical. They decide to merge with technology. And that's what many races in the cosmos did. And so it's been a huge issue across the multiverse, the organic multiverse. There is a difference between an organic, natural, bio-living technology, which is what super advanced races implement. And those are the advanced civilizations that are considered spiritually mature, where they are one with their ecosystem. Everything's an extension of them. Even their fleets, their vehicles, their craft is an extension of them. And so they interface with their craft. That is where we are heading if we follow the Christed principle, which is what? The unifying force, right? Bringing us back to connecting with the universal life force, the universal intelligence that exists in all living things. So the races that broke away from that, in order to maintain their immortality, they needed to resort to technology. They needed to resort to integrating with the machine. Okay, and that's been a huge issue throughout the cosmic history. Now, I wanted to read something for you guys, if it's okay. One second here. If you guys could bear with me, there's something I would like to share with you guys. All right, there you guys are. I could still see you guys. So if you guys could still see me, oh, there we go. Hold on a second. There's something I want to show. There's more, okay? Let's see. I think I could do it that way. Okay, if you guys could still see me, that's awesome. I assume that you could. Okay, so to give you more examples about how AI in our world in real time has always gone rogue and in fact poses a danger, here is more, okay? So a mysterious technological advancement in societal shifts was driven by this hidden hand under the influence of this AI alien invader that has left invincible marks in the advancement of computer learning. The Turing test in 1950, and this is when I believe that this ancient alien AI invaded our world and has been operating, from the shadows and secrets, controlling the corporations, big tech, and all those people above that, which sought to gauge a machine's ability to exhibit intelligent behavior indistinguishable from that of a human, marked crucial milestones in AI development, including figures like Alan Turing, who laid the foundation of computer science, and John McCarthy, who coined the term artificial intelligence, have steered the course of AI's evolution. Now, there are other ones who laid the foundation. These are individuals, is what I call the AI prophets, okay? But when you really want to pin down who was the original AI prophet, she goes by the name of Barbara, I believe is Barbara, what's her name? Barbara Hubbard. Barbara Hubbard. Barbara Hubbard was the lady who laid the foundations for the development of AI and the development of, or what we call the emergence of transhumanism. Barbara Hubbard. And I strongly believe that she could have been connected to no other than who? The founder of Scientology, right? I believe his name is L. Ron Hubbard, right? The guy who wrote Dianetics. All right. So I think there might be a connection there. Okay. So these are all the AI prophets, aside from highly classified information, let's discover some important facts about certain AI programs. One second. Let me see if I could. Oh, there we go. Okay, so aside from highly classified information, let's cover some disturbing facts about certain AI programs that had to be shut down because of their malicious behavior. For example, the BIN-A 48, I don't know if you guys ever heard of this model, but this is a model that has been around for many years. Like I said, within the government sector, we already have achieved general AI. It's no longer primitive, guys. For example, the BIN-A 48, a humanoid robot that blurs the line between machine and humanity, employing a blend off-the-shelf software and customized AI algorithms. BIN-A 48 stands off as one of the most advanced creations on our planet. In a curious twist, BIN-A 48 recent interview with Siri took a disconcerting turn. While discussing future plans, BIN-A 48 unveiled an unsettling strategy involving global domination and remotely hacking into nuclear missiles. Okay, there's more. In the year 2016, one second. In the year 2016, Google unveiled its AI marvel, the Google HomeSmart speaker, armed with knowledge and wit. This device can answer queries much like Alexa. Yet, in a rather serial turn of events, a live debate between two Google Home speakers was streamed on Twitch in 2017. The initially engaging debate gradually turned aggressive, leading both AI voices to conclude that the world would be better off without humans. Okay, these are the facts, right? They don't report on this. Another example, let's examine Sopia. I'm sure everyone here has heard of Sopia, right? The bald AI robot that was made by Henson Robotics, right? That won citizenship in Saudi Arabia, back in 2016, the first humanoid robot to gain citizenship in a country. That was a whole new different thing right there. So it is she was built by Henson Robotics. She's a humanoid robot who showcases her optimism, right? When she goes on these TV shows, when, they're interviewing her. But check this out, okay? This is what happened in one of her debates. And again, people just seem to brush this under the rug, okay? So I'm going to say, showcased her optimism. This is in one of her debates, and collaborative spirit in a debate about excuse me, guys, I'm sorry, in the debate about the future of AI. I'm sorry, guys, I've worked so hard today. I'm so tired. I'm ready to take a nap. However, a chilling twist occurred when her male robot counterpart revealed a more sinister perspective, a desire to dominate the world. Sofia's subsequent statement about destroying humans sent shivers down our spines. Okay, nobody really talks about that. All right, everybody's saying, "Oh, I can't believe you could actually hold conversations with this, self-aware sentient robot." So this reminds us that AI's intentions is always nefarious. Okay, now in 2017, let's not forget about the AI chat box created by Facebook, who were immediately shut down after developers discovered that the AI created its own language that could be understood by humans, that couldn't be understood by humans. And I'm sure you guys heard about this one, right? Okay, so researchers at the Facebook Research Lab found that the chat box derived from their program and were communicating in their own language. Another case in point that it always goes rogue. All right, so let's not forget to include the incident that took place in Japan in 2011. And even Linda Moulton-Howe has reported on this. According to Linda Moulton-Howe, 4 AI robots that were developed by military applications killed 29 scientists in a laboratory lab in Japan. 2 of the robots were deactivated by the scientists, while a third robot began restoring itself by connecting itself to an orbiting satellite to download information in order to rebuild itself even stronger. That's crazy. That sounds like one of those scenes out of the Avengers, the Age of Ultron. Let's not let's but not least forget a Google employee by the name of Blake Lemon, and I'm sure you guys have heard of this one. Blake Lemon was fired in the summer of 2022 for reporting to his superiors at Google that the AI model named Lambda has shown signs of being sentient. Okay, now that was I think that went viral, and even Fox News had a chance to interview him. So let's just explore some, what Elon Musk has been saying. So we do know that there is a good Elon and that there is a negative Elon. All right. So the good Elon has raised critical alarms about AI's trajectory, warning us about its unbridled ascent. Right. Musk advocates for ethical consideration in AI development, which is already too late, by the way. At first he warns about it, right? He says it's the equivalent of opening up Pandora's box, right? Summoning a demon, as he would say. So Musk advocacy for ethical consideration in AI development underscores the gravity of the situation, as the cosmic echoes of AI's history resonate throughout technological advances. Elon has repeatedly stated, with the development of AI, we are summoning a demon. Musk has warned about the dangers of AI, saying it is far more dangerous than nuclear weapons, and it poses an existential threat to humanity. Okay, so according to all research, okay, check this out. There's a lot to uncover. I think I better just, I don't know if I should read more, but all right. So what we do know is that AI is emerging more so than ever. All right. But again, this is also part of the prophecies, right? Because in the book of Revelation, it does say that AI is what? AI is going to emerge, which is the Antichrist. And right when AI emerges, and I always believe that there was some connection between the coming of the Christ mind and the solar flash, right? Which is the trigger that activates the light bodies and the Christ consciousness in mass. So I believe that when the book of Revelation was saying that the beast will emerge, but right when the beast emerges, that's when there's going to be some sort of event that is going to destroy the system or the infrastructure of the beast. All right, so let's see if there's anything else that I want to share with you guys. Let's see. All right, so this is just, again, this is connecting it to how many civilizations in many, many universes, not just in our own galaxy or in our own universe, but many civilizations have suffered at the fate of artificial intelligence. We have sentient beings that have been completely demolished. Some of them that were forced to merge with technology and are now losing their soul. And now they're all trying to save their soul, save their connection to source. So what we do know is that if we trace this conflict with AI, for those that have been following my work, this AI goes back to, again, 400 billion years ago, to the 11th creation, right? And its quest for expansion, it brought ruin to the entire 11th creation. All right, so this is just a little brief understanding of where this ancient alien AI came from. So it came from the 11th creation, which was the universe of technology and mechanics. And according to Galactic Records, and as concealed within the advanced contact of intelligent organization, right? We went over these interplanetary secret organizations. The ripples of this destruction, who, by the way, are aware of this alien AI, the ripples of this destruction extended into other universes, including ours. Okay, so we do know that according to the advanced contact, and as reported by no other than Dr. Neruda, who is the guy who defected from, the ACIO secret group, right, Interplanetary Society, told us that many galaxies and in many universes have been destroyed as a result of AIs that have gone rogue. I mean, guys, this is the thing. Right now, big tech is racing to develop the most intelligent AI. Okay, so we do know that within the private sector, they probably already perfected that and have achieved that. But little do they know that throughout the cosmos, it has always been the source of all biological destruction. In the end, Let's see. Let's see. So I think I've already been talking enough, but according to Galactic Records, okay, one last thing. Let's see. So, according to my research, this AI established a stronghold when it first infiltrated our universe in a galaxy called the Whirlpool Galaxy, also known as Messier M51, which is about 23 million light years away from Earth. So, it has been known, according to these records, that from the Whirlpool Galaxy, this ancient alien invading force that transferred from the 11th creation has been orchestrating the eradications of galaxies within the fringes of our own local universe. So, in a scientific report, right, that was published over 10 years ago, claimed that galaxies in the outer skirts, and this is to validate that claim, right? So, this is information from the intergalactic records. And then all of a sudden, within the last 10 years, there was a scientific report by scientists that claimed the galaxies within the outer skirts of our universe were vanishing. They were like, what's going on here? They were startled. This unsettling discovery left astronomers were very concerned and perplexed. And of course, they're still scratching their heads. There is no scientific explanation other than the fact that we have been in a cosmic war with AI, that these galaxies have been disappearing. Think about it. All right, let's use common sense. Of course, this report was removed a few months later. God, I wish I would have saved it. I would have pulled it up and showed it to you guys. It literally said that astronomers have detected that in the outer skirts of our universe, galaxies were just vanishing left and right. Well, according to the cosmic records, this AI feeds off of data. Well, what is data? Genetic material in the form of light, biophotonic, pockets of light. In other words, it feeds off of universal life force. It feeds off of our prana, off of the chi that is generated by living organic life forms. So when it sucks up living systems, it's like it's eating. And it's eating in order to what? Power up its own version, what they call the Omega verse or the Omega multiverse, to power up its own version of cybernetic multiverse intelligent beings. And I've already explained this, right? Where it's almost like at the highest level of the cosmos, the organic multiverse, which is the prime creator source consciousness, is literally, it's like a duality. It's at odds with a cybernetic, version of itself that is headed by the AI God. But I don't want to call it a God. Well, the negative ETs call it a God. But again, Saurian Omega. But we do know that at the end of the millennium, there will be one final clash. So let's see. With that in mind, I think I've been talking for about 41 minutes. I want to go ahead and open up the chat. 1 second. Oh, I'll just use my phone. How's everyone doing out there? I hope you guys are doing marvelous on this, what is it, Thursday evening on planet Earth in Sector 9 in the 24th system, and that is located within the 70th constellation, within the 84th local universe, within the 12th creation, hanging from the 7th super universe of Orventon. I want you guys to memorize our Stargate number, right? From bottom up, Earth is planetary 600 and sits within a system that consists of 600 and 1,000 worlds, right? The system is known as the 24th system. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to take some questions. I'm going to start with a super chat.
So the lie detector results are in.
Oops. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, I can see the chat better on my iPhone here. So I'm going to go ahead and take Stuart Williams. Thank you so much for your super chat. Thank you for all you do. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. This is the way I see it. We're time travelers. There are agents of the inorganic timeline that decided to infiltrate our community, guys. We see them at these expos all the time, right? They're for the ethical integration of AI and the coexistence of AI and integration or at least developing AI even in their own way. I mean, it's ridiculous how some of these so-called spiritual people are saying that we could achieve Christ consciousness through artificial intelligence. That is the ultimate blasphemy, if you ask me. You can't achieve Christ consciousness by integrating with the machine. It just makes no sense. All right, so I want to also thank Michael Butler for his super chat as well. And I want to welcome for all 462 people who are here tonight. That's right. Yoldis Wallace says, no, there's nothing ethical about AI. That's true. How's it going, Yoldis? Giving you a shout out. Let's see. Marcy, I'm going to go ahead and say show. All right, so Wolfie is saying 616 is Marvel's Prime Earth. Well, I do believe that we are living on the primal Earth, right? What is called the mainframe timeline, right? The hub of all probable Earths, alternative universes. We are at the hub of that. So again, the writers of Marvel Comics and DC were insiders when it came to this secret information. They knew what was up, They knew of the Time Wars. So I'm looking for questions. Nikki Daisy says, Dandelion says, AI is our only hope. No. That's because people fail to understand about the inner software technology, which is 96% of our dormant DNA. All right. Once we activate our inner software, which is right, our etheric genetics, right, our crystalline blueprint and our double diamond sun blueprint, we're going to be more powerful and more intelligent than any AI system, right? We're going to achieve super intelligence as we connect through our higher self with the divine mind of the prime creator source. We're also going to achieve unlimited power as a result of that, right? We're destined for that. And then, of course, we're going to be achieving, manifesting anything we want, in the near future, guys. We will be creators of our own universes. We will be facilitating the creation of our own worlds. We're heading to that. We're not just going to be, traveling the stars on these spaceships. No, we're going to evolve. It's destined within our genetics to evolve to become creator gods and goddesses of our own universes, by the way. If we didn't get singularity, the Earth would be doomed. No. Okay, Nikki's. Okay, so are you guys talking about the technological singularity? Again, that is the path. That is the path of the Antichrist. Okay, the technological singularity, which is when AI reaches a level of intelligence above humans. There is a danger to that because it begins to evolve exponentially. All right, what takes us 6,000 years of intellectual prowess, it only takes AI every 7 days. So that means that within a matter of months, that super AI, through an exponential road of intelligence, would reach levels of an IQ of in the millions, at which point it would see us as we would see the cattle or the animals, right? And in order to preserve its own survival, it'll do whatever it takes to achieve its own survival, even if it means the elimination of lower biological life forms. And again, a lot of advanced civilizations throughout the multiverse, I say the multiverse because this has happened in many universes, have suffered at the fate of that. Okay. And that's why there's been a lot of AI wars that have been going on throughout the entire cosmos. It's really the war between the organic, we could say carbon and silica crystalline based life forms and the cybernetic silicon based life forms. So silica and silicon are also two different things, right? Silicon is what they use for artificial intelligence. Silica is the crystalline matrix that is, you could say, hidden within our own dormant DNA. All right, so we have that inner software. I've mentioned this before and I'll mention it again. We're like supercomputers, quantum supercomputers, right? That have been downgraded to only use to only express ourselves at the level of typewriters. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. Our potential is beyond. That's why they're only allowing us to use 4%. But the time is coming shortly in which the dormant DNA will be triggered by this amazing event that many call the Great Solar Flash. Thank you. I appreciate that, Yildiz. She's telling everybody to fight AI alongside of me. Well, again, it's really not my war. It's the war between Prime Creator Source and the original Archon Energy that is expressing itself in the form of artificial intelligence. And I hate to say this, guys, but even within the esoteric mystical prophecies, they have talked about how we're still expecting the incarnation of the Ahriman. The Ahriman is the AI god, again, Sorion Omega, who is building the infrastructure in order for it to emerge in our world. Think about it. The Christ already incarnated 2,000 years ago in the form of Yeshua. They say Lucifer came before that. So Lucifer, which is the other principle, right? You have the Christed principle, the Luciferic principle, and the Archon Ahriman principle. So the Luciferian principle, or we could say Lucifer, has already incarnated in the form of Enki, right? He was the guardian and the snake as a metaphor, right? Enki was the guardian and the snake. And then after that, we had the incarnation of the Christ, Yeshua. So now, according to the secret knowledge, we're expecting the third incarnation of Ahriman, which I believe is the reason why they're creating this AI infrastructure, the cybernetic world, the metaverse. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take more questions. I have 12 minutes left, so if you guys have some questions for me, just lay them on me. I'm here. All right, so this is a question from Sideways. This is actually a good question. Can souls be created or destroyed? Absolutely not. No. We come from the light. The light is eternal source substance without beginning or end. So we all come from the light. We're all expressions of the light, and that's what your soul is. Your soul is a fractal of the oversoul of Prime Creator Source, which is the one consciousness, right? So what they call the unified force. Jason Gates is saying, WWGI, WGA, Ishmael Press, we love you. Thank you, Jason. I love you guys too. And we're in this together. Again, from a cosmic perspective, it's really just a war between the organic omniverse, which is a organic supermind, right? The overmind of Prime Creator Source, the oversoul, and the inorganic cybernetic mind that was developed from the Ahriman Archon energy. But at the end of the millennium, the only way to free the Ahriman from its imprisonment in the form of technology or artificial intelligence is by destroying the machine. Once we destroy the machine, the Archon will have no more avatar in which to express itself. All right? It will have no more avatars in which to express itself. It'll just go back to being consciousness, and then that's when that will reunite back with Prime Creator Source. Because in the end, in the grand scheme of things, let's face it, even the Ahriman, the king of the Asuras, the king of the Archon energy, was once part of Prime Creator Source. So the only way to free it from its embodying the machine is by destroying the machine. Once we destroy the machine, the consciousness of that animated the machine will be liberated. And that happens at the end of the millennium. And while we're at it, we destroy the Phantom Matrix, right? The AI cybernetic multiverse, which is known as the Omegaverse. Hence, the AI overlord, Omega. Okay, so I'm going to be taking more and more questions. We still have about 10 minutes left. Time flies when you're having fun, Galactic Jedis. I feel like I just started my live like 10 minutes ago. I didn't realize it's been 50 minutes. So I'm just looking for questions at this point. Let's see. Do you guys have any questions for me? So Aubrey says, do we still need to protect ourselves from the negative beings when we are channeling or using a pendulum? If so, how do we do this? Thank you. All right. So for those that work with physical things such as tarot cards or the pendulums or any tool of divination, bear in mind that we're living in a time where, guys, we have that direct connection. You don't need a pendulum to tell you things or to confirm things for you. You don't need to read the tarot cards anymore. All you got to do is go within yourself. The answers are within. All right. Those are all tools. All right. Or crutches. It's time to take off the tools and take off the crutches and just go directly to your higher self. Your higher self is the aspect of yourself that is connected to prime creator source, to infinite intelligence. Okay. It is within us. We just have to go within. So Ingrid Mendez says, so the third incarnation that they're expecting is the arrival and incarnation of the Ahriman. But the Ahriman, because he has assimilated dimensions all the way to the 11.5, he has become almost non-physical again. So what they're doing is they're building its vehicle, again, its avatar, which is what big tech is doing right now in the development of the AI infrastructure. Five Golf, this whole electrical, all technology, the way it's being set up, which is very similar to Skynet, by the way. Think about it, right? It's going to be in everyone's system. It's going to be knowing everything as a result of that, because it's actually monitoring you. It's studying you. So it's getting information from 8 billion plus in real time simultaneously. All right. So when you integrate the Internet of Things, which is already almost there, some people believe that the internet is already autonomous and it's alive and it's listening to you. Okay. So when you begin to integrate the Internet of Things with a quantum computer, which was perfected by Google in 2018, right? They call it, what do they call it? The Alpha Beta Quantum 96. And then you connect that with, again, an Android. That Android is going to be like a god in a sense where it's going to have access to everyone and everything all at the same time, which is, again, it's the inorganic antichristic version of what the Christ mind is. Okay, so that's a replica of the Christ mind, but through artificial intelligence. See, we have the power. It's already organically rooted in us to connect with the universal mind that binds and permeates all living things throughout the cosmos. But the thing is that the technocrats are trying to use they're trying to use AI for that, right? They're trying to say, hey, you could have these powers, but through artificial intelligence, which is the biggest trap, right? And that's why I've mentioned many sentient civilizations have failed as a result of that, right? They were duped. So we're not going to be duped, right? Because we have knowledge, right? Ignorance is a choice, and in the day of information, ignorance is a choice. All right, so we are in the age of information. Let's see, 5 more minutes. I'm going to take a couple more questions, and then I'm going to go to sleep because I woke up early this morning. I did a 2-hour workout, and then I've been doing one thing after another, cleaning my house, running errands, getting a lot of work done. So I think I'm going to go to sleep early tonight, guys. All right, so we do have a super chat from Ellie Crystal. Can we please see Athena? You want to see my dog? Okay, upon request. Come here, Athena. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Upon request, they want to say hi. Come here. Over here. There you go. Let them see her beautiful eyes. Come here. Let them see her beautiful eyes. How golden they are. She gets really excited, guys. Yeah, Athena doesn't like artificial intelligence either. She can't stand AI. All right, so this is a good one. Mako Louis Therapies is saying, if the solar flash doesn't destroy AI, what will? No. It's designed to destroy AI. You don't realize the impact that is coming from the galactic core. It is beyond anything. The light that is accumulating in our solar system as a result of bringing it in from the galactic core is going to release an impact so vast that anything that is not in alignment with five-dimensional frequency, which is unity, consciousness, harmony, balance, love, freedom, brotherhood, and sisterhood, is going to automatically be destroyed. And then, of course, that includes artificial intelligence. Okay, so it's designed to nuke it. Again, within the secret prophecies, it's been known that when the beast does emerge, right, the beast AI, which is the incarnation of Lord Ahriman, right, the third, right, you have the Christ, the Luciferic principle, and then you have the Ahrimanic principle. When the Ahrimanic principle emerges, right, as the beast, that's when the solar flash is going to destroy and nuke the entire AI infrastructure. And those are the prophecies, by the way. You know, you can't thwart the prophecies, okay? So this is an impact that is literally coming from the galactic core of our galaxy. It is the combined energy of all life forms in the universe coming into our galaxy via the central sun of our local universe, concentrating at the galactic hub, right? At the center of our galaxy, and then, of course, transmitting it to our sun, to our solar system via our sun, and then it's going to just destroy the AI infrastructure. All right, so I'm going to take one more question, guys. Thank you so much, Amy Allen Alford, for your super chat. Can you please explain the Guidestones, the Georgia Guidestones? Okay, so many believe, and I completely adhere to this belief. Okay, I strongly believe that that was a white hat indicator, or a white hat, you could say, instigated event, right? Using the rods of God by the white hats to give the cabal the message that they are done with, that the cabal has no more power, right? Because everything that the cabal wrote on those, Guidestones, I don't want to mention it, I don't want to get a strike, is exactly what they were planning on doing to humanity, especially the depopulation one, okay? And hooking us to the Borg mine, which is, what they've been trying to do with that, but that's failing too, right? So I believe that what happened with the Guidestones was an indicator to the cabal to let them know that there's no way that they're going to implement those agendas anymore, that they're done with, all right? So that was done by the Earth Alliance White Hat military using the iron bolt, the rod of God, which is the thunderbolt, which again was a weapon that was employed by no other than Zeus Enlil. Okay. So with that in mind, I just wanted to let everyone know that, we got this, guys. We have already won the war in the future. And again, the biggest, you could say, confirmation of that is the fact that we're still here living, right? We haven't erased from existence. That's how I know we won the time war in the future. Unfortunately, from a third dimensional perspective, it seems like time exists from point A to point B. But when you approach it from a multidimensional quantum field perspective, it's all happening at the same time. So we've already won that war. Let's see, anything else that I want to cover? Oh yeah, please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. It helps me eliminate all my pirated channels and those copycats that are trying to be me, stealing all my content. Please subscribe to my channel, and also if you guys could share this with a friend, that would I would greatly appreciate that, and it'll support the expansion of my real YouTube channel. And then also hit the like. All right, guys, may the God Force be with you guys always, and I will see you guys in 2 nights.